It does what would have seemed impossible at any other time in the history of modern firearms. A big game bullet that flies as flat and accurately as the world's best match bullets. One that expands uniformly and effectively at distances as far as 1,600 yards when loaded in certain cartridges, yet holds together to penetrate deeply on tough, close-range targets as well. It's Federal Premium Terminal Ascent, and there's never been a bullet like it. Almost as remarkable as the bullet itself is the process used to build it. It begins simply. Pieces of gilding metal are impact-formed into jackets. Punches push the metal into an impacting die, so the material flows up and around the punch. The resulting jacket is brought to its final weight and then run through an annealer to reduce the metal's hardness and provide the optimal expansion characteristics for the finished bullet. Next comes the bullet core. A process called swaging is used to form lead wire into shape. Lead wire is cut to length and pushed into a die. Excess lead weeps out until the core reaches the desired weight. Lead cores are then washed to remove oils. Now bonding begins. Flux, similar to that used in soldering, is inserted into the hollow jacket followed by the lead core. Then the jacket is moved to induction bonding. Alternating current causes an alternating magnetic field, which induces a current inside the jacket, creating enough heat to melt the lead and fuse the separate components. The resulting bonded components are cooled by air, water quenched, and then washed to remove oxidation and residual bonding agents. Next, the forming process begins. The bonded component is run through several stations. Each has a punch that pushes it into a die for forming. A transfer bar brings the raw component bullets to the next station, and the process repeats. With forming complete, the bullet moves on to the groover, a machine that cuts the required number of AccuChannel grooves into the shank for better accuracy, reduced fouling, and to minimize drag. From there, bullets are placed into a barrel and acid etched to remove contaminants and create a surface that allows nickel cations to adhere. An electrode mounted in the barrel negatively charges the bullet parts, which attracts the positively charged nickel atoms, forming a nickel-plated exterior. Bullets are again rinsed, washed, and dried. As a final step in construction, the slipstream polymer tip is inserted into the bullet's hollow point cavity. A die carries the untipped bullets into position where a suction-activated arm picks up a tip and places it into the cavity, where it's held in place by an interference fit. An inspection camera checks each finished bullet for missing or damaged tips. Finally, the bullets are tested for accuracy at 200 yards to ensure an average group size of 1 MOA or better before being loaded into Terminal Ascent ammunition or being packaged as component bullets for reloaders. Federal Premium Terminal Ascent